Hi there, welcome to my views and news. Breaking news for you from the Amhara region, from Ethiopia Sudan border. Amhara Sudan border, where heavy fighting erupted between Fano and the Ethiopian military. In which area? What was Fano's target? Uh, was this operation launched by government forces against Fano, or Fano carried out an attack on a camp of the Ethiopian National Defense Force? Reportedly, heavy weapons were used. Dozens were killed in this fighting. Details will. By the way, what I am reporting about this development is being confirmed by Sudanese news sources. Fano is largely silent about this fighting because Fano fighters suffered losses there. I have not seen any statement from the Ethiopian military as well. But Sudanese sources are confirming this development, and Sudanese sources are very reliable when it comes to fighting on Sudan, Ethiopia, Sudan border. Sudanese sources, if you remember, confirmed last month when Fano took control of Matimma. They confirmed that Ethiopian military fled Matimma, and the ENDF soldiers, they were disarmed and they took refuge in Sudan. Again, the same Sudanese sources are confirming what happened in the last 48 hours about heavy clash between Fano and the military on Sudan Ethiopia border. Last month, Fano fighters captured Matimma. Border was closed. Ethiopia Sudan trade suspended. Customs, immigration departments stopped working. It happened last month. Since then, the government forces have been trying to retake control of border areas to resume border trade. This new incident of fighting happened to the south of Abdur Rafi. Abdur Rafi is a town on Ethiopia side of Ethiopia Sudan border. To the west of Abdur Rafi, there is Sudanese area, Kalabat, Sudanese zone. Further south to Abdur Rafi is Matimma. Fighting was not close to Matimma, it was close to Abdur Rafi reportedly. We know that Fano fighters have established some specialized battalions to control Ethiopia Sudan border. Last year, they formed specialized units. The units only fight in border areas. They ensure that Fanos receive logistical other support from Sudan, and that Fano fighters can move freely to Sudan from Ethiopia and vice versa. Reportedly, this one of these specialized units launched an attack on the Ethiopian military and federal forces to the south of Abdur Rafi town, to the east of Kalabat in Gidaraf, eastern Sudan. The area is not Gidaraf where fighting happened, but to the west of this this place of fighting is Sudanese Gidaraf state, eastern Sudan. Fighting happened on Ethiopia side of the border. Fighting was so intense that it went on for several hours. Ethiopian military used artillery pieces too. It is being confirmed by Sudanese sources. It wasn't a clash involving small arms. Military used artillery pieces and other heavy weapons because the number of fighters was huge. Hundreds reportedly attacked ENDF and federal police camp in this area to the south of Abdur Rafi town. Fano fighters wanted to capture Shahidi. Shahidi is the place which is the headquarter of Ethiopian military and federal police in this area. Ethiopian government has sent new reinforcements and heavy weapons to federal police and ENDF in Shahidi. Fano fighters want to take control of areas to the south of Abdul Rafe and Shahidi. Military defended, and reportedly military managed to defend this attack by Fano. Fano fighters reportedly suffered heavy losses. Dozens of Fano fighters were killed in this attack. It is being confirmed by Sudanese news sources. They're not pro-Fano or pro-Ethiopian government. Some of them could be pro-Fano, but they're not pro-Ethiopian government. They are confirming that the attack was initiated by Fano fighters, that the attackers suffered heavy losses. Their attack was repelled by the Ethiopian National Defense Force to the south of the Rafah. Military in control of the area. Fano fighters retreated after suffering heavy losses after losing dozens of their fighters in this area reported. Now, the customs and passport authorities officials have started. They have resumed their work. Ethiopian forces are trying to resume rather border trade with Sudan. Border was closed last month when Fano fighters took control of Matimma. Military since then has been trying to clear Matimma. After Fano entered Matimma, passport and customs officials fled Matimma and other border areas. Now they have returned reportedly. And since military was planning resumption of border trade, that is why Fano fighters launched this new attack to disrupt the activities being launched by the government to resume border trade. It seems that the resumption of border trade will be delayed because of this new attack by Fano fighters in this border area. But we'll have to wait. Uh, when Fano fighters took control of Matimma, that was a quick operation. Fano did not suffer any major losses. Military suffered losses. Military had to flee Matimma. But this attack to the south of Abdul Rafe proved devastating for Fano fighters. They suffered heavy losses. Military, since it defended, we cannot say that it suffered heavy losses, because after all, it managed to defend its base. So this is the latest from Ethiopia Sudan border. Fano fighters will definitely carry out more attacks. They want to keep the border closed. They want to be in control of the border. I have been briefing you about the border, that Sudan Ethiopia border is a very long border. It cannot be fully manned by the Ethiopian National Defense Force. ENDF is fighting on so many fronts in Ethiopia. It cannot fully secure the entire border. And some border areas are forested. On both sides of the border, there are forests. So it's almost impossible for the military to secure entire border. Fano fighters know the terrain, the geography very well. They are from the area. That is why they have been disrupting border trade and Ethiopian military's movements across the border, on the border. Military is now patrolling this area where Fano fighters tried to control. They carried out the attack. So far, military in control, but border trade has not resumed reportedly. Thank you for watching.